Hello, and welcome to the Willow Rose Cottage. I'm so happy that you've come to visit me today. I've been thinking about this all morning. Some friends and I were going to meet for lunch today, and one of our friends woke up sick. And of course, we're all disappointed that she isn't going to make it. And we collectively, as a group, decided that we would postpone until she was ready, able, well enough to come and meet with us and have lunch with us. And our lunches usually go about 2 or 3 hours. They're really long. They're super fun. They're very, very social. And I always love to just get whimsical and playful, and it's a place that I feel that I can really be myself at. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I really, really, really look forward to these luncheons. I'm feeling really, really guilty this morning because I'm so disappointed. And of course, I texted her. We all texted her back. Oh my gosh. I mean, she woke up with the stomach flu. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to wake up with the stomach flu. And nobody faults anybody for waking up with the stomach flu. And I just feel really guilty because I'm so disappointed. I'm just like, I think I'm kind of feeling really immature right now. Like, well, what am I supposed to do today? I had my whole day planned. I had my whole outfit planned. This is my whole outfit I was gonna wear. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel really bad. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for my other friends. But I feel bad because I feel bad in a guilty sort of way because I'm so disappointed, and I feel selfish about being disappointed. So I think I might take myself out to lunch. Oh my goodness. I think I might take myself out to lunch. I think I might go do something. Maybe today's the day I'll go to Jackson. You know what? I think today's the day I'll go to Jackson, and I'll go some antiquing, and I'll bring you with me. How's that? Let's go. I'm in the Jeep, and I'm getting ready to start my journey to Jackson. It's going to be about an hour and a half, a little bit longer possibly, and I'm not going to video while I drive because I got into trouble by one of my visitors the last time I was driving, and she was like, "Why are you filming and driving?" And I'm like, "You're right. That should not be happening. That is very dangerous." So I am going to bring you to Jackson with me, and next time I see you, we'll be there. I've made it to Jackson, but I made it here in record time, so there isn't really a whole lot open just yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up Main Street and see if a little restaurant that I love to go to is open. And so then I'll just have a little cup of coffee, maybe a mimosa. Here it is, and it's open. Let's go in and eat. Getting me one of these on the way out. She gave me the window seat, so I get to look out the window at all the beautiful buildings. While I make my decision on which bagnaise I want, I'm looking at Golden Girl or strawberry shortcake, but the big sticky maple bacon sounds really good. I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee and an organic blueberry mimosa. Cheers. I did finally go with the strawberry and cream cheese. What a wonderful way to start an adventure. And she actually gave me 6. I've already eaten 2, and there's 4 left. How sweet. That's so nice. This is one of my very, very favorite antique stores in all of Jackson. It looks closed because they usually have stuff outside here on the front, but let's try the door and see. Yep, they're closed. So I peeked in and there's somebody in there, so I don't know if they're just closed for now or if they have hours that they are gonna open up later. So I'll come back in a little while and see. I absolutely love this outdoor table set, but really, do I need yet another patio set? OMG, so I had to just come out here next to the hotel and take a little break after that adventure into that store. I could not stay very long in that store. She saw me looking in the window and she's like, I'm open, I'm open. And she runs out and remember all the things I told you are usually outside? She's dragging the things outside. Her and her friend are dragging these things outside in the middle of me trying to go in. And the whole time there's like rap music playing. So there's all this rap music pounding, and then she goes back in and she starts hammering stuff. So I didn't get a chance to actually talk in that store and tell you what I was looking at. But yeah, I didn't stay very long, which is sad because that's like one of my very, very favorite antique shops here in Jackson. So many of the stores are closed today. They're only open Saturday and Sunday now. This one's open, so I think I'm gonna venture up and see what I can find. My gosh, I love this. so beautiful though. This is one of my very, very favorite bakeries, and every time I come here, it's cash only, and I didn't have any cash, so today I made sure I brought cash. I'm sitting on the steps outside of one of my favorite bookstores in all the world. It's called Hine & Co. Bookstores. I went in and it was demolished. I'll show you some videos. And when I asked what was going on, she said Stan had died, and I knew Stan owned a bunch of buildings on Main Street in Jackson, and most of them were antique shops. I had filmed going into some thrift store. They were like thrift stores. They were antique stores. Everything in there was like thrift stuff, and I'll show you that now. So when I was in those stores, it was loud, the music was blasting, it was just really discombobulating for me. And I was actually trying to say, have antiques like died? Like, where are they? Why do we not have any? And now I just found out that the person that owned most of these stores in Jackson passed away, and the woman that was closing out a Hine & Co. bookstore said that they're all getting cleared out, and it just makes me really sad. But I guess things happen, right? She did say that a couple of the people that had the antique stores here in Jackson went to Sutter Creek because just for various reasons. So I'm gonna go to Sutter Creek. Maybe I can find something there. I have found this much so far. I haven't bought one thing except for her mimosa. So after discovering that Jackson is kind of changed up quite a bit since the last time I've been there, I made the decision to head back to Tuolumne County, and I'm feeling like I love Tuolumne County more and more. It's kind of hard sometimes when you want to get out of town to go do things somewhere else, and you go to one of your favorite places and it's changed so much. But I guess that's progress. I guess that's the way it goes. And, you know, I guess I'm fortunate enough to be around long enough to see the changes happening. So I pulled off on the side of the road, just so you know, I'm not driving. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and head on home and call it a day. I didn't get anything. There was nothing really worthwhile buying, and if I did see something that I liked, it was priced way too high for me. I was way outpriced. So heading back to Tuolumne County, here I come. So on the way through, I have to go through Angels Camp. So there's two really great thrift stores here. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the other one, but I am going to go to the Thrift Emporium because that's where I find some really wonderful things. So let's just try to salvage what we can of this day. I forgot I have a donation in the back of my Jeep, so I'm in line to donate, and then right after I do that, I'm going to go into the hospice of Amador, no, not Amador County, I don't know, the hospice, and just run through it real quick, check it out, see if they have anything. So it is the hospice of Amador and Calaveras County. Okay, so I've dropped off my donation, and now I'm going to go see if I can give them some money. I'm happy now. I was able to get a couple things in that last shop, so I'm heading home and I'll do my reveal either later on today or maybe tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to the Willow Cottage. Today's day 2 of my antiquing journey that actually turned out to not be a very fruitful journey. So I'm going to do the reveal right now, so let's get into it. As most of you know, I'm nearly blind in my left eye and I can't see very well. So I'm going to go get my glasses and then we're going to get started. I really don't like wearing my glasses if I don't have to. So I rarely wear them when I'm just around the house because I do have pretty good eyesight in my right eye. Unless I blow out my retina, then I can't see at all. But that's been fixed, so we don't have to go into any of that. Okay, so I didn't find a whole lot yesterday. I don't know, it was just not a very fruitful day for me. I did try to antique as opposed to thrifting, and I'm kind of coming to the realization that that might be a problem for me because I just am not willing to pay the prices that antique stores are charging, and a lot of that stuff that they're charging for is just stuff that they found in thrift stores that they brought into a higher end presentation and then is charging you like exorbitant prices for it, and I just don't want to do that. I don't want to spend the money for it. I'd rather thrift. So my antiquing journey was not very fruitful. However, I did stop at a couple of thrift stores on the way back to Tuolumne County, and I did find a few things, and I also have some things that I found from other thrifting adventures that I just I didn't film the thrifting adventures. I just kind of popped in and did some thrifting over the past week. So I'm going to share those with you as well. They're still in the bag. Most of them are still in the bag. 2 of them I took out and I washed because I loved them so much. So one of them is a little fish mug. And I don't know, I just love whimsical mugs, and I love whimsical fish. So this was a perfect match for me. So I got that. And I have a friend that comes up and we do a lot. She brings, I'm not entirely sure where she buys it. I think she purchased it at her winery that she's a member of, and she brings up fabulous flavored oils, and like olive oils and balsamic vinegars, and of course she brings the bread and all the things. Sometimes I buy the bread because I have a fabulous bakery up here. By the way, I didn't buy anything in the bakery in my video, and the reason for that was that the guys there was another guy in there. There's a guy behind the counter, and then there was another guy in there, and they just were talking, and didn't really even acknowledge me. And I stood there for probably a good 5 minutes, and they just kept talking. They were talking about their girlfriends, and one of them was going to go to Idaho or somewhere and pick up his girlfriend for the weekend. And so I just left. So, anyway, so I digress from my oil and vinegar dish that I bought, and it's a little fish. So that was a very fishy day. I bought both of these at the same time. So when she brings up her oil and vinegar, we can have a really fun dish to put it in, because I actually don't have any oil and vinegar dishes, which is weird. I don't know why. I just never ran across them. So she's going to be really, really happy when she comes up to visit, and I have this really wonderful little oil and vinegar dish to serve up our oil and vinegar when we have dinner. So the other things that I bought, doesn't that look like fun? The Elizabethan underworld, and it's all, I kind of popped it open and looked through it, and it's all these like really wonderful stories about the people that were like the savory people. Not so much the royalty, but the people that I probably would have been hanging out with if I lived during those times. And then I got this, and that's kind of all for that haul. I got all this at the same time. And I'll tell you why I got this. So it's pretty big, and it's squares. And the reason I got it was, oh my gosh, a while back ago, I let me fix this. Okay, so this was $4.50, and and this was $1.50, and this was $3, and my book was like 25 cents. So the reason I bought this for $4.50 is, a while ago, I was looking for a bobbin for my spinning wheel. So a friend said, oh, go to this yarn store in Murphy's, and they might have stuff like that. So I said, okay. Maybe if I sit back, I kind of want you to see. So I said, okay. So then I go there to the thrift store, the yarn store in Murphy's, and I go in there, and they didn't have anything. They were selling basically yarn. But what they did have was this really, really amazing sweater. It was a sweater made out of these squares. And I said, I kind of had an idea that it was a display, but you know, I'm going to ask. And so I said, oh my gosh, is that sweater? Is it for sale? And her response to me was, you can't afford that. What? You don't know what I can afford and she's right, I couldn't afford it, but she didn't know that. Like, she doesn't know who I am. So I was like, I'm kind of offended by that. And I am the person that I would have bought it just to prove to her that I could afford it. So I said, well, how much is it? Maybe I will buy it. And she said, well, actually, it's not for sale. And if it was for sale, it'd be like $500. It's like, she's right. I wouldn't have bought it for that. So I said, oh, it's like a display. She said, yeah, that's just a display to show what you can do with our yarns. And that's kind of what I thought it was for. That's what I thought it was. So I really loved it, though. And I thought, well, maybe if I can find a big Afghan, I could cut it into like a little pattern. I mean, it would be simple, right? Just 2 arms out, whatever. I don't know. So I'm going to cut. This is a project. Stay tuned. We're going to work on this. We have all summer to work on it, and we'll see if I can get it. And if I can find another one, and it doesn't matter if it's the same colors or not, I might buy another one and cut it up. And so when I say cut it up, I just mean, like, see, this one's already kind of falling apart. They're just stitched together. All of the little things are contained. So all I really need to do is undo all that stitching them together, and then I'll have all the little squares, and then I can put together something for myself. That's the plan anyway. And the other 2 things I bought was this. It was $1.99, and I found this at the last thrift store that I went to on the way home. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with these, but they're fans, and they use them at the Renaissance Fair a lot. And I already have one that I bought. Actually, I think my brother bought it for me because it was super expensive. I think it was like $35 or $40. And so I was at the Renaissance Fair. I was super, super hot, and he bought that for me. And so this was $1.89, and I bought it just to have as an extra for my friends. And so it has a little hook on it, so you can actually literally hook it to your belt. If you do Renaissance fairs, you know you wear belts and all this stuff. So so I bought that. I thought that was a really great deal, $1.99, and then I can have it for my friends, and I'll be the hero, which I love being the hero. So I got that, and I will throw that in with my Renaissance costume and all my Renaissance is it paraphernalia? Accessories. All my Renaissance accessories, and I will just go ahead and take that, throw it in the Jeep when we go, and if somebody needs it, it'll be there for them, which will be wonderful. And the last thing that I got was this little basket. It was $2.99. Okay, and these baskets can get pretty pricey even in thrift stores. And so, like pricey meaning like $15. This one was super, super inexpensive because the hooks are off of it. So when you pick it up, it doesn't have anything to like hold it shut. But that's fine with me because what I use these for are storage. So I put stuff like, for instance, this project. I'll put this project into here with anything I need to create the project. Like say if I find a pattern, like if I'm out and about and I'm looking through patterns and I find a pattern on how to do all these little squares and then put the squares together to make a sweater, I'll buy the pattern and I'll throw the pattern in here. So everything that I need will be in here to do this project. And then I'll just store this somewhere, and it doesn't need to have the latches on it because it's just going to go like, I'm just going to store it and then put something else on top of it, like probably another basket or maybe nothing, and just stick it somewhere. And it looks really cute. It's just really cute storage. That's my complete total haul. I hope you have a fabulous day. If you've made it this far, think about subscribing. Okay, I have to be honest with you. That is so hard for me to say. Okay, so I'm going to do a whole nother video about this. So here you go, you get a little prelude. Do I get texts or do I get emails? I can't remember. I got something from YouTube, okay? And they give me little messages when I hit a certain number of views, or if I've hit a certain number of subscribers, or if one of my videos is doing really, really well. They'll just let me know. So I'm really new at this YouTube thing, which you guys probably know, it's been less than a year. And so I'm getting close to 500 subscribers, which is really fun. It's just like mind-blowing for me, but it's really fun. And I know, you know, I started it for my son, so none of that was even like in my brain. And so now I'm kind of like excited about that. And so I get this message from YouTube, and they said, you're close to 500 subscribers, blah, blah, blah. Consider letting your viewers, oh, and the other thing they said was that a lot of my viewers are not subscribers. So I get a lot of, I guess, just viewers that are repeat viewers, but are not subscribed. So they told me, consider asking your viewers to subscribe. And in the beginning, I did do that. I just did a little tag that said, like and subscribe with a little heart. And then I just kind of stopped doing that. I thought it was just like, I don't know, just weird. I guess I have a hard time asking people for things. So they suggested that I create a little video, and that at the end of my video, a little video, whatever, saying what I just said, so maybe I won't even do that. But they said at the end, consider asking your viewers to subscribe. which is really hard. I'm gonna try. So if you've made it this far, consider liking and subscribing. Or what is it? Like, share, and subscribe. So I might be doing that in my videos in the future. So if you don't like that, I apologize. It just seems like it's kind of obnoxious to me. But because I kind of think if you like me, you're going to subscribe anyway. I don't need to ask you. It's like asking, a guy, ask me out. If he likes you, he's going to ask you out. So it just seems weird, but they do say it works. So be prepared for some of those in the future. I don't know. I'm going to try it. If it works, I'll probably continue. If it doesn't work, then I'll just drop it and just continue on. Anyway, so consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. Stay whimsical and stay tuned.